For many months, there have been rumors swirling about a major new attraction being built at Canada's Wonderland in Ontario. These were fueled by all sorts of indicators like guest surveys and markers on the ground, and they all suggested that the park would receive a huge new roller coaster that would travel straight through the park's centerpiece, the visually striking Wonder Mountain. And on August 8, 2024, these rumors were revealed to be true, as Canada's Wonderland unveiled AlpenFury, the country's tallest, longest, and fastest launch coaster, which is slated to open for the 2025 season. This thing is going to be an absolute monster, and in this video I'll be going over everything we know about this project. Welcome to CLT Coasters. My name is Josh, and this is my full analysis of AlpenFury. We'll dive into the ride's story and theming first. Villagers living at the base of Wonder Mountain have told stories of supernatural forces within the mountain for decades. By far, the most captivating tale speaks of fire and ice, which are said to converge within the heart of the mountain and form a whole new force that's incredibly powerful. This very story has led to the creation of a Fire and Ice Festival, which guests will now visit as they enter the all-new AlpenFest section of the park. Those daring enough will board a souped-up sled and launch into the core of the mountain, where they'll experience the wrath of nature itself aboard this record-breaking roller coaster. The addition of AlpenFury is going to boost the number of roller coasters at Canada's Wonderland up to 19, tying them for the second most in the world with Energylandia in Poland, and it'll be the park's third coaster to feature launches. Additionally, this will be their fourth coaster to interact with Wonder Mountain. Its location right at the front of the park is sure to make for an incredible entry experience once the ride opens to the public. And as for stats, these are extremely impressive. It's going to be manufactured by Premier Rides, and it'll include two launches that boost riders to speeds of over 71 miles per hour or 115 kilometers an hour, reaching heights of up to 164 feet or 50 meters in the process. But the most staggering thing about AlpenFury is that it's going to feature a total of 9 inversions, tying Steel Curtain at Kennywood for the most inversions in North America. Canada's Wonderland has been needing a coaster just like this for quite some time now, and it's amazing to see the park add something like this that not only fills a gap in their lineup, but it's also managed to blow away all expectations. Anyways, let's dive into this massive layout. You'll roll out of the station through a right-hand turn and into your first LSM launch. This won't be too fast, but it's just to get you in position for what comes next. The train will hop over a small banked hill before diving into the base of Wonder Mountain and into total darkness. This leads into the ride's second launch, blasting riders up to 71.5 miles per hour as they tunnel through the mountain's core and pull straight up before flying out of the top. It's very reminiscent of what Volcano the Blast Coaster used to do at King's Dominion, one of the sister parks to Canada's Wonderland. The Inversion Fest begins as you hit your max height of 164 feet and flip into this really cool maneuver. It's basically an inverted top hat that turns you upside down twice. The first inversion will occur on the way up to the apex before rotating sideways, then the second one will kick in as the train twists back and quickly spirals out of it. You'll plummet 154 feet straight down as you twist out of this element, before pulling out and away from Wonder Mountain. This will lead into a huge overbanked turn featuring near misses with elements later in the layout, before flying into AlpenFury's third inversion, an enormous zero-G stall that's sure to have loads of hang time. By now you'll have reached the far end of the ride's footprint, and you'll turn around by maneuvering into what the park is calling the Skyflyer loop. This will be a tall upward helix to the right, culminating in a barrel roll drop back to the ground. I would fully expect this element to be the most intense on AlpenFury. Immediately after will be two back-to-back rolls. The first one will be an upward roll to the left, while the second will rotate to the right and send riders back down to the ground. If you're keeping count, that makes 6 inversions so far, but there's still more to go. I really hope you like rolls because the last 3 inversions are just like the 2 that came before. You'll rise up into 2 more whippy inversions, and these are the ones that'll coil around the overbanked turn from earlier in the ride. After this, AlpenFury will finally break up its flurry of inversions with an airtime hill. This looks like it'll have a good pop of sustained air, though it's pretty weird that there are so little of these in the layout. It'll finish off with a final roll over Vortex's lift hill, followed by a small double up that should have a couple more pops of airtime before sliding into the final brakes. Overall, this looks like a really solid layout. Maybe it could stand to be more varied, but all of these elements look like they'll hit, so I can't really complain. The last thing I'll go over is in regard to AlpenFury's manufacturer, Premier Rides, and what they can help us infer about the ride. Premier's coasters are typically very smooth, and I would expect AlpenFury to be no different. Their launch coasters also tend to be more intense than those from other manufacturers, with more moments of positive G-forces that I would also expect to be pretty abundant on this attraction. The downside to going with Premier though would be their trains. It's really no secret that Premier makes some of the worst ride vehicles in the amusement industry. They're very cramped, the restraints can easily crush your legs to a painful degree, and with them only holding 18 riders, this ride's line will probably be very long frequently, especially considering how busy Canada's Wonderland can get. Thankfully, these trains don't look like they'll include the company's comfort collars, which are redundant shoulder straps that are not comfortable despite their name. While I'm less than thrilled about the ride vehicles, at the end of the day the coaster still looks killer, and I'm able to look past the train's shortcomings. So all in all, I think AlpenFury is a very good fit for Canada's Wonderland, and it has the potential to be the best coaster in the whole park. At the very least, it's top 3 material. I'm really happy to see this park continuing to beef up their coaster lineup, and aside from its less than ideal capacity, I feel like they did a great job designing this. I'll be super excited to try this beast out once I get up to Canada's Wonderland for the first time. If you're excited for AlpenFury or have any other thoughts, be sure to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to see more, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to check out CLT Coasters on Instagram. The link's in the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, everybody.